Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Vault Hunters. As always, I am Dor, and today we're going to jump right into Botania. But before we do that, we have two boxes to take a look at. So starting things off, let's take a look at the boss box that we got from the other run on Monday. So we have a couple vault gear pieces. Let's take those things out. We have another statue in there as well. We have an unidentified relic, and that's pretty much all we want. Oh, actually, no, we have mystery boxes in there. Completely missed those. But all right, that's pretty much all the useful stuff out of that box. Let's go on over to the raffle box now. Let me move these over to there. There we go. And let's hope that we got another relic, and we did indeed. Oh, we also have blue pieces. Blue vault gear pieces. That's probably a good sign, hopefully. We also have another unidentified relic, another treasure piece, or a trophy, not a treasure piece, and one of these things, which is also locked. Prismatic, what is that? 3 times chance to find catalyst fragments. Ooh, that's decent. Mob spawning, no chest will be trapped, rotten, and exhausted. Okay, that's not a terrible one, although it is locked, so we do have to fight the boss. But when we do want a bunch of catalyst fragments, I guess we might run this eventually, but I'm not really looking for catalyst fragments at the moment. All right, anyways, let's add our trophy to our little trophy tower going on here. So that's cool. We have 3 of those things going for us now. Let's open up these guys as well. Maybe we get something. That's a duplicate. The chess piece probably isn't. It is not a duplicate, but it is a secondary piece to the warrior set. So now we have 2 of those going. Let's open up the mystery boxes. I don't think it's going to give us anything cool, and it did not. All right, it gave us ender pearls and some iron ore. Cool. Let me actually roll all of the vault gear. Maybe we get something cool as well, especially out of these blue ones. I'm really hoping those turn out to be something decent here, because we could use some extra armor or a better weapon. That would be ideal too. Well, none of these actually rolled anything too great. They also don't have very many levels. The idol has 2 levels, the axe has 1 level, the damage on it's not super great. The chest piece is a common, which I think the rating on it is also less than what we have right now. It only has 1 level on it as well. The rest of this is all scrappy. This has a level 1 armor increase to it. The other axe and the sword are also both less damage than what we do right now, so as usual here, we got a bad roll on the gear and not really something that we can use. So let me dump all that in there. And lastly here, let's roll our artifact, and that is a new one. So let's see what that is. But I'm pretty sure these are the devs, or at least the vault fighters, right? Because these are all people that you see in the vault normally. But anyways, we now have another artifact for our collection. I don't want to break my glass there. Thank you. But yeah, we have 4 of them now, so that's pretty good. So anyways, let's start getting into the mod now. We have the book for the mod already, and I got this from a desert temple or one of the dungeons that we came across early on in the series, because I've had this book for quite some time now. I've just not used it. And if we open up the book, it has a bunch of different categories that you can click on to try and help you learn the mod a little bit better here. So to start things off, we want to craft a petal apothecary. It looks like this thing. I can't move the image, but that's what we want to craft. So I already stored some of the recipes here so that we can craft them a little bit quicker, so that I'm not fumbling around through the NEI here. But it looks like I need to go grab some Beniatite, because I have a lot more of that right now than I do the Larimar. So I'm not going to use that stuff. I will use the Beniatite, and I should have all of the flowers we need, because I've harvested up a ton of them in between episodes here. I just flew around picking them up off the ground. So we have a bunch of different colors. I don't think it's all the colors, but we have a bunch of them nonetheless. All right, so we should have the stuff here. Let's craft that together, and there it is. We don't need more than one of these, I believe. It's been a minute since I've done this mod, but we should be fine with just one of these. For right now, I'm going to shove it over here. Should be fine. We throw some water in there. We also need to grab some seeds. That's how we can craft things together here. But next up, we need to craft one of the pure daisies, which I think it's supposed to show me how to craft it in the book, but it actually doesn't. Maybe I'm mistaken. But anyways, I have it up here already. No, I don't. Never mind. All right, there we go. So it looks like we're going to need at least 4 of the white flowers and 1 of the gems again. And that's going to give us a pure daisy. Now I want to craft, we'll do 4 of them to start, so that I have enough of these, because this is what we're going to need to make the living rock and the living wood here as we progress through. So let me gather up some more of that stuff. We're going to need the white leaves for this, and I don't think I have very many of the white ones at the moment. So let's do this. So we're going to need 12 of these. Or actually, no, we only need 6 of them, because it should break down into 2 leaves apiece. So yeah, there we go. Okay. And then we're going to need a couple more of those, and that should be all that we need for the recipe here. And all we do now is just drop them in like a cauldron, so that should do the trick. And then we drop that in there, and then we need a thing of seeds to turn it into a flower. So let me go grab some seeds because I forgot about those. And with the seeds, we do the same thing, I believe. We just drop it, and we get the pure daisy here. So let me craft 3 more of those together. We have the stuff here to do it real quick, and we should be good to go. Well, I may have done my math incorrectly there. My bad. We needed 16 of the flowers, not 12. My bad. But let's do that. That should be spaced out correctly. And now if we grab some logs and we grab some smooth stone, we can turn this stuff into living wood and living stone, I believe, something like that. So let's do these ones first, and then we can layer the other ones with the smooth stone here so that we get all the stuff that we need. We're going to have to do multiple cycles of this at the moment till we get all the stuff that we need. Okay, now that it's all done, it took a second there, but it transformed all of it into living stone and living wood. So let's take this stuff down for 2 seconds here. Oh, it's actually living rock, my bad. But we need the living wood to turn into some sticks, so we need 3 sticks for right now. And then with those sticks, we can craft up the wand of the forest. So we actually need 2 more perfect gems, so let me get those put together here. So that should do the trick. Get out of there, go here, and do that. There we go. Now we have a wand of the forest, and we use this to link together the flowers to the mana spreaders to the mana pools. So these ones, I don't believe, output any mana. Those aren't what they do. But when we do get the mana flowers, that's how we link things together to produce the mana that we're going to be using. So before we start making any of the mana producing flowers real quick, I want to see if we can bone meal these things. I know you can, but I don't know if you can use normal bone meal or you have to make the special bone meal, the floral fertilizer stuff. Oh, never mind. Yep, you can use normal bone meal. Sweet. All right, so that's going to allow us to make more of the white flowers since we don't have very many of those right now. And now with that out of the way, let's make one of the mana pools right now. We need one of the perfect gems. I don't have that stuff. Let me make that. There we go. And let's make 1 mana pool for right now. That's all we're going to need. And we'll also craft together one of the mana spreaders. So we need a flower, or it's a petal, not a flower. Dang it, I keep calling them flowers, my bad. But we need a petal, we need another gem, and we need a block of gold as well as the living wood here. So let's go back up top and grab some gold. And now that we have all the stuff, we should be able to just do that and craft it together now. Sweet. All right, so let's take a look at the book and see which one of the mana flowers we are going to craft up first here. So right off the bat here, we only have 2 options of flowers to make right now until we progress a little further into the pack apparently. But right now we can make the endo flame, which uses fuel to produce mana. So coal, charcoal, wood, I believe we can use as well. Basically anything, as it tells you here, that doesn't leave a byproduct. So we can't use lava in buckets because it leaves a bucket as a byproduct apparently. So we can't use that. That's a good source of mana right off the bat. It's very, very straightforward and easy to set up. We also have hydrangeas, which I believe use water, maybe? If I had to guess, I don't think I've ever used these ones. So these consume water in a 3x3 area and turn it into mana, but they decay after 3 days. So I don't know if we want to make those because do the endo flames despawn or break after a certain amount of time? It doesn't seem to decay after a certain amount of time. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the hydrangeas one. Maybe it doesn't despawn or break after 3 days, and I'm misunderstanding that little section of the book here. But we are going to go with the endo flame here because I'm more familiar with the endo flame in all honesty. And we can get that up and running fairly simple here. So we need 2 brown petals, 1 light gray petal, and 1 of the red petals. And that gives us 1 endo flame. We can also automate this with the open crate, which I don't know how expensive that is to craft together here. That's actually not expensive at all. We need living wood planks, which we have a bunch of living wood already. So let's just do 2 of those, and we should make 1 of those for right now. I'll make more as we need them. But let me very quickly whip together a few of the endo flames here. So we're going to need the browns, the light grays, and was it reds? I believe it was. So I'm gonna make let's do 9 potentially right off the bat. That should give us a decent amount of mana coming through. Not a whole ton of it, but should hopefully help here. All right, so with the endo flames here, let's put them somewhere where we can kind of just shove them in a corner basically. So let's take some cobblestone here. We're going to have the flower there, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then this should be out, and I hope this is fine. I don't know if it has to be like right on the flowers. hopefully this works, so we can knock that out as well. And then before we actually place these things down, I don't know how this gets automated. I've never used this thing before. I've always used like a dropper itself. But in the book, it does say we can automate it with other items in this pack, or at least in general from this thing. And that's where this book comes in handy. So apparently all we do is shove a chest and a hopper on... Oops, I jumped over it. Dang it. Can I... No, I can't do this. I gotta wait until the charge is back. Actually, no, I don't. I can just do this. Haha. But we just throw a hopper and a chest on it, and then we throw some coal in there, and it should just automatically output. But the thing is, that's way quicker than I actually need it to be dropping. So I went ahead and set up a little thing real quick to hopefully only allow 9 items to drop out of this thing and then lock again for a few seconds and then drop another 9. I think the timing on this is still too fast, but this is like the best thing I can think of to do right now. So we should only have 9, which we do. And then it's going to trigger again and only drop another 9 and then lock again. I think it's going to be going too quickly for the endo flames to actually consume the stuff. So that might be a bit of an issue, but for right now it's fine. It's going to allow us to kind of automate it a little bit. We can turn it on and off. I'm not too worried about it. So let's do this real quick. We get all 9 of them down, and then we're going to have those going into the mana spreader, and then the mana spreader will be going into the mana pool here. So let's drop one of these guys down as well for right now. So something like that should work. Is this going to face toward us? I believe so. Okay. And then we can drop down the mana pool as well. So for right now, we'll do like 2 or 3 away from it. That's fine. And then I believe we have to go through and click on every single one of these things to link it to the mana spreader, and then the mana spreader to the mana pool there. So when we're linking the flowers, we get a little box around them to let us know that we're interacting with that flower in particular. So we can set it on that. And then if we also look at them, we can see that the mana spreader little image on the flower has an X on it, and the one that we linked has a little green check mark. So that's how you can kind of keep track of things that you have and have not connected yet. So with all the flowers connected, all we got to do is click on that, and we should have mana going into there any minute. So let's unlock this so that it starts running. All of those should consume the coal, and there we go. Okay. So there's a 10-second delay, I believe, on the flowers picking them up because there's a redstone signal coming through this to drop them. And yeah, that's a bit quick. Okay, so let's drop another... I think I only have 8 or 9 items in this thing. Let me lock it so I can see how many we actually have. We have 9 items in there. Let me throw another 25 in there, 26 to get it up to 35. Maybe that's going to be slow enough for this to work. Because right now they're not consuming these. There's 27 just chilling on the ground. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a minute. Let these things run through their mana. We have a little bit going into the pool already, so that's pretty good. Can I see how much is in there? Yeah, if we hold our wand in our hand, we can kind of see the little meter is barely going up there on the left side. I thought zooming in would zoom in on the thing, not the pool itself. My bad. But it looks like maybe these guys are done. None of them have anything in their bar, so let's enable that again. And oh, I was too close. Oh no. Uh-oh. That's another thing why I didn't want this to be longer, because now we're going to drop way more coal, and it's just not going to keep up now. And we're going to have a bunch of them on the ground again. Yeah, we have another 26 on the floor. Okay, well, I'll figure something else out here. This is not going to do the trick, but for right now, again, it's whatever. It's going to have us generate a little bit of mana so we can at least move our way through the pack here. So we're doing all this to craft the magnet for today. So if we click on that to see the recipe, we need some mana steel for the magnet ring, and we also need some more of it for the lens as well. So we need 4 for that, another 4 for that. So we need 8 of the mana steel in total, and we only need to throw normal iron into a mana pool to turn it into mana steel. So we are probably going to craft up a few more of the endo flames so that we have more mana coming through, because right now, the amount of mana that we do have coming through, it's going to take us forever to get these things turned into mana steel. So I think we have enough in there to turn one of these into a mana steel. Oh, we actually had enough to make 10 of them. Oh, never mind. We're not making more endo flames. Okay. So we can actually make this stuff now, I guess. So there's the mana lens there. We can make the other mana lens with the gold, and then we need to go grab a magnet. But it looks like it has to be a good magnet, which I don't want to use a good magnet on it if I can get away with it. So let's see if that's the case. No, it has to be a good magnet. Okay. So, do we have durability left on the magnet that we were running with? We have a full, like, fully repaired magnet to burn. I believe one of our vendors was actually selling a magnet. Let me see real quick. They are indeed for 4 silver. So let me grab that so we can get a magnet going and turn it into the Botania magnet here. So is it valuables? I don't remember what any of my stuff's at anymore. So we need 4 silver. There we go. And there's the magnet. Okay, cool. So let's take that one out and throw them in the dead people box. So there we go. And this was actually a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be because I thought I had to get a good way into the pack before I can make the ring. But I think I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, I can't actually make the greater ring of magnetization because we need 2 pogs for it to make that. And we also need the Omega Vault magnet, which is the other pog there. But I don't know where we get the Omega magnet core from because either we get lucky and find it in a chest, or we have to find it looting-wise in a vault or something, or we have to buy it from the Soul Shard menu, which I've not seen it on there, and I've not seen it in looting. So I don't exactly know how we get it. There's no crafting recipe for it, so for right now we're gonna have to do with the ring, the normal ring here, and we can also throw that onto our hotbar thingy over here. And now we should be able to drop stuff. I don't think it has that much of a range to it, but it should eventually pull these items to us. Hello? Maybe it's not that far. It is not that far. Okay, so it's like a 4-block radius. All right, so that should do the trick a little bit here. It's not really going to benefit us too much in the vaults, unfortunately. But it may help a little bit, especially in little scenarios where I'm like right up on the box and, I don't know, the magnet's off or the magnet's broke or something. It should kind of do the trick here. My bad. There's actually a timer in this pack that I thought was behind a mod pack, so I didn't even bother trying to craft it, but it is indeed available without having to buy into a mod. It's called Gauges and Switches. And there's 2 different variants of the timers here. I went ahead and crafted the industrial interval signal timer here, so let's see if I can get this to work. I believe we could just put it on the side of the block, maybe. And yeah, okay, so how do I change the times here? Oh, we click the little arrows. Ooh, okay, cool. So we want it on for let's say 9 seconds. Maybe that's as long as it takes to drop stuff. If it takes 1 second per item, we'll leave it on 9 for right now. And then we want it to turn off for, let's do like 30 seconds or something, maybe a minute, because we don't want this clogging the floor full of coal and stuff. So let's do 90 seconds. The power thing, I'm not too sure on. The standby or go button, I don't know what that does either, but I guess we can see if this works. So let me throw 24 coal in there and see how that pans out. Okay, well, already off to a bad start. That's dropping it all on me. That's definitely dropping more than 9 items. I need to get rid of this magnet for 2 seconds because that's going to be really annoying. Okay, so I changed it to 4 seconds to see if it drops only 9 items. It's still on the 90-second cooldown, and it's still dropping and dropping and dropping. All right. Let me take that down to about a minute or 1 second. What do we have left? We have 15 of these left. It's dropping immediately, and it dropped 15 of them in a second. Why do I feel like that I'm doing something wrong here? Let me turn the power all the way down to 1, maybe? All right, maybe I did this backwards. Maybe we want this thing on, giving it a signal for 90 seconds, and off for 1 to 5 seconds, because we want it to give this a redstone signal so that it locks it, and then not give it a redstone signal so that it drops the items out. So maybe that's my bad. I got those 2 confused. My bad here. Let's also let's do that so that standby thing is not on anymore. Put those in there. And now it should only drop a few of them, and then we can kind of jiggle the numbers around until we get something that we like and the flowers are consuming it consistently here. Oh, there we go. It's dropping. And it dropped 8 items. Okay, so we need to increase... Oh, I didn't want to do that. We need to increase the off signal by 25 seconds, or 0.25 seconds. The cooldown thing can probably come down to a minute. We'll see how that pans out here. And a minute and a half might be a little too long, but I was looking in the book, and I don't want to give it more than 4 blocks of coal, because then it loses its efficiency, but it doesn't give me a time of, like, how frequently this thing can eat. So I'm going to try a minute, right? I wish I can view this thing without turning it on and off, because that's going to trigger the thing to drop again, but we should have 60 seconds on the redstone signal, 3.25 seconds on the redstone signal turning off, so this thing should drop hopefully 9 of these things this time. All right, sweet. It actually dropped 9 items with that setting. I'm going to very quickly dump these back. I might have just messed up the timer there by picking them up. But now, hopefully, all of these things are eating. I don't know how to check that, because even with the wand thingy, none of these ever have any amount of XP in them or mana in them. So I don't know if 9 is even enough to feed all of them. I think it might be, because even when we start dropping more of that, then the other flowers aren't consuming it. So I'm assuming we're good. How much of this do we have? We have pretty much where we were a minute ago when we made the mana steel. So I'm going to wait and see if this triggers again. It should trigger again. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't. Oh, actually, we don't have enough coal. Let me do this real quick. And that should only drop 9 coal again. If they eat it within 10 seconds of it hitting the ground, then we're good. If it takes longer than that, then I need to adjust the timer a little bit here. But once we get it dialed in, we can place down more of these things and feed more mana into our system here. So there we go, 10 seconds-ish right there for them to get consumed. Maybe 60 seconds is still a little too long, but for right now, I think it's going to be just fine. So I'm going to craft together a few more of these things, the industrial interval signal thingies, and we will probably have another 2 groupings, so another 18 of the endo flames crafted together here in a second. Now that we have a decent amount of mana being generated, let's start making the other stuff here. So we can craft together one of the runic altars. We're going to need this thing for the runes themselves. So does this show me the recipe? It does indeed. So we either need a mana pearl or a mana diamond. We are going to use the mana pearl because I have a ton of those and I can just farm them up even quicker here. So let me grab one of these guys here. Let me do 16 for right now. That should be fine. I'm not too worried about it right now. So all we do is dump those into the mana pool like the mana steel, and it turns it into mana pearls. If I could scroll, there we go. And we're only going to need 1 of those right now, so I'm not going to craft together 11 of them. That's a little absurd, but we can plop this right over, let's see, let's do a 2-space gap. We'll have a thing there, 2-space gap, and then we can plop it there for right now. That should be fine. We can plop another mana spreader next to this thing to pull from the pool and put it into the table as we need it to. So now that we made the runic altar, it completed the basics and mechanics section of the thing here, and now we can make terra steel. So in order to do that, we need a bunch of runes. We need a little bit of lapis, a block of mana steel, which isn't that big of an issue right now. But I believe the runes are going to be a bit of an issue, because if I could do this, let's see, we're going to need a rune of water, which actually isn't that bad. I thought I needed pogs for this for some reason. We basically just need the beniatite thing across the board here. We need mana powder. How do we get that? We just throw some type of dust into the mana pool and it turns it into mana powder. Okay. So we're going to do what we have a whole bunch of, which is going to be sugar, because that's something we can at least farm up a whole bunch of. We don't need to rely on that to turn into anything for us. So let's do that. We'll do a stack of it. We may end up needing more of it at the moment. Oh, wrong way. We might need more of it at the moment, but for right now, this should do the trick. How much more mana do we have in here? That might have just depleted it. Oh, actually, no. We're still doing pretty good. So, yeah. This is going to do us pretty nicely for right now. As we get a little deeper into it, though, it's not going to be super great for us. So let's try and get the terra steel thing put together here. We need 1 of each of these runes. So we have those items. We need bone meal. We have the sugar cane. We should have the bone meal down here. We need a fishing rod for the water rune. We need a block of coal, hardened stone, or just a stone type, it looks like. And then the mushroom types for the earth one. Mana one is pretty straightforward. Okay. The fire one needs a netherite brick and some netherite, or nether wart, not netherite, genius. And that's pretty straightforward as well. And then a carpet, some string, and a feather. Okay, so let me gather up all that stuff. We're going to make 1 rune apiece, because we don't really need that many at the moment, and I just want to get this thing built. So let me gather all that up real quick, and we should be good to go. Okay, so I messed up again. I thought I could have a mana spreader pulling from the mana pool and shooting directly into our runic altar, but that's not the case at all. So we have an extra mana spreader for the time being until I guess we maybe put another patch of endoflames or something down. But what we actually need to craft is a spark, I believe, unless this is wrong too, in which case, oops. But let's make 2 of these because we take one of them and we place it on top of the mana pool, and then we place the other one on top of this thing. Hello, you're supposed to let me put it here. No, you're not going to let me put it there. If I click on it normally, it's just going to go into the crafting menu. That's what the book just said. All right, so maybe now that the items are in there, it'll trigger and allow me to place this because it won't let me place it otherwise, and it still won't let me place this down. I can't bind the mana pool to this thing either. So I guess I just have to turn one of these to shoot at this thing itself, because I thought I could connect them with the spark, but I can't seem to do that. All right, well, targeting the mana spreaders at the thing here, it didn't take too long here. So all we do is throw one of the living stones on there and then right-click with the wand, and it turns it into a rune. So there's our first of 5 runes that we need to craft. Let me get the rest of these put together real quick because I'm pretty sure we're just burning mana by not having those things doing anything. So let me try and do this real quick. So with all of the runes crafted, let's put together the terrasteel plate, and let's do that. That should be that. And then, oops, that's not what I want to do. Let me take these guys. We need to make it into a multi-block structure. So it has to look like this thing here. So it goes something like this. This should do the trick. And then we need some lapis blocks like that. And then we place that in the middle. And I think this is the thing we can connect together with the sparks. So just to double check here, let's place that one there and place that one there. There we go. Cool. So now it should be getting fed some mana. It is indeed. Okay. So when we do the stuff on the terrasteel thing here, it should have the mana automatically. So let's see what we need to do for the terrasteel here. Oh, okay. No, we're not making any terrasteel today because we need a vault diamond. We need a vaulterite ingot, which is that stuff there, which we should have, but I don't really want to burn a vault diamond on a terrasteel ingot for stuff that we may or may not need at the moment. Oh, we actually do need quite a bit of the terrasteel for the terra shatter thing that I wanted to craft, but we can't make that today either because we need a pog. And what about that? That's just dreamwood, which we get from the Alvin trade thing. Okay. So yeah, eventually we are going to have to pull together 20 of the terrasteel to craft one of the terra shatter things, but right now that's not going to happen. I don't know what else we can craft in this mod that's going to help us right now. I know we can make the Alvin portal, or we might be a little too early to do that. We might need terrasteel for it. We may also want to make a few more of these flowers eventually as well, because right now we went through 16 stacks of coal for the mana that we generated, and I don't really have any more coal. I have it all in ore form that I want to hold off on breaking down until we have the fortune pick thing set up the way we want to have it set up. So we might want to make a few more of these. The thermalily is just kind of like the hydrangeas because it'll use lava instead of water. So we can set that up as well. We can, or does this expire after a while as well? Not that I can see, but it does require 2 runes to craft it. So that's a bit pricey. Not really pricey, but maybe a little time consuming. I don't know which one of these flowers we should go into next. I don't really know if we need that much mana being generated at all at the moment because, I mean, again, we kind of got what we wanted to get. Until we get the better magnet, we can't really do anything else until we get lucky and either get this from the soul menu or get lucky with looting or something. Then we can make the better magnet, but that might be quite some time. All right, well, I was lied to. These are not googly eyes, okay? But why are they called googly eyes? They just are big eyes. They don't do anything. They don't jiggle. They don't wiggle. They don't do anything. Anyways, there's a couple more things I want to craft together today as well. So I want to get one of these benevolent goddess charms. It's fairly straightforward. We need 1 perfect woodedite, and then we need to craft 2 more of the water runes, 1 more of the fire rune, and that should do the trick, right? We get one of those. We're also going to have to craft a mana tablet as well, but that's pretty straightforward as well there. Ooh, let me go back into this mode. We have that stuff already, so we just need 8 of that and 1 of those. That's going to be 1 mana tablet, so let's get that going. And then with this, all we do is chuck it into our mana pool. Or actually, nope. Let me do this, do that, and then we can do this, I think. And yeah, okay. So now it's filling up the mana tablet. So let me dump that back in there and move away from it. I also need to, I guess, kind of bite the bullet and fortune down some of my coal because, again, we don't have any more going for us. I think it's done now. It is indeed. Okay, cool. So can I do anything with this? I can't change the mode. So as long as we have it in our inventory, it should charge the, or allow this thing to be used. I think this uses mana. So let me get out of that. I need to gather up a bunch of the stuff here so that we can make some more runes and get the coal squared away so that we can also power the thing to turn this on and get this crafted. I believe this is going to be the last thing we make as well because everything else is kind of not really something I want to do, and other things are locked behind the genius thing. So this thing here, I was going to make the assembly halo and the manufacturing halo because it's basically a crafting bench in our inventory, but we can't make that until we unlock automatic genius, which is 100 knowledge points. So that's not going to happen for quite some time here. And then the other stuff I don't really want to make because it doesn't really benefit us all that much. So I'm gonna make this thing because it should negate any explosions in our area. We shouldn't have things blowing up on the ground and having creepers clog up our inventory full of a bunch of junk while we're in vaults. So that should help out a whole ton here. But let me go gather up the rest of this stuff and we can craft this thing here in just a second. Well, I made a mistake because I thought the mana diamond was just a normal diamond, but that's not the case at all. You need a vault diamond to turn it into a mana diamond. So, I mean, we have everything else for this thing. I might as well just make it. I mean, it's a bit unfortunate. I should have paid attention to that. I thought it was a normal thing in this mod, not changed for it, but it is indeed changed. That's on me. I also just realized we got those runes back, so I made an extra water one for no reason. Like, we're gonna use them right now when we make the thing that we're making, I think, but it didn't actually use the runes when it was on the table. So yeah, weird. Okay, let's do this. That's gonna give us that. And do we just put it into there? There we go. I think we need this thing on us, though. And how do I test this now? Because I don't have anything go. I can go get, I guess, TNT and see if that works. Might not, though. Okay, so there's a good likelihood I may die doing this. Maybe. I don't know. Let's see if this even works. It should not allow the TNT to break anything in my vicinity. Nope. Alright, well, nothing broke on the ground. It didn't look like anything broke on the ground. Let's go back to the mine. Yeah, nothing broke. Sweet. Alright, so just to double check and make sure that wasn't a fluke because we were on bedrock, let's place another one down. I'm still wearing all my stuff. It's going to kill me again, but it's fine. I'm right outside the base. We're on sand, so let's see if this does anything. We also didn't use any mana in our tablet, so yeah, it didn't mess up the ground again. Okay, that's a good sign. So I could have sworn I gotta look at the book again, but I could have sworn it said that it uses mana to do this, but I guess not. So I just wanted to double check, and it is indeed supposed to use mana to prevent the explosions from damaging the area. But in our mana tablet here, it doesn't look like any mana has been used. It looks like it's still a full bar of mana. I don't have anything else that I can use to try and drain the mana out of this. Oh, you know what? Well, no, because if I put it back in the thingy over there, it's just going to fill up the thing. It's not going to show me if I used any, actually. So we're not done with the mod at all just yet, but we are done making stuff for today because I wanted to make this amulet right here, but we need 2 pogs to craft it, which I don't have at the moment. I also wanted to make this third eye that allows us to see mobs. They kind of glow or have an outline or whatever. That can't be crafted right now because I don't want to use another diamond to craft it. So for right now, that's kind of on hold. And to be honest, I don't know what else in this mod is going to be really helpful because we got the magnet, and we can't make the better magnet until I either buy the thing or get lucky and find it. I may try out the potion brewing in this pack thing because there are different potions apparently we can make. I don't know if these are the same as vanilla ones or if they're better or worse than vanilla ones. I'm not too sure on that, to be honest. But anyways, we did halfway decent today. We got some decent mana generation going. We do have a coal situation, so we do definitely need to make different flowers eventually here so we have mana coming in. But anyways, that is going to be it for today's episode. So I hope you enjoyed as always, and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.